Well then, we was on such a good track record with Clover, and then this episode happens. Now, just to say, this is a canon episode. Like, a lot of people were immediately saying, oh, fuck me, this is a full filler episode. No, this was in the manga, and it was really weird as well, as it was, like, just comes out, and it's like, oh, after all of this, immediately we're getting this kind of, like, chapter, and it's just going to be heavily focusing on world building. And yeah, it does. It focuses a lot on kind of like building up the town a little bit, seeing some of the little, like, nitty gritty area of it. But the problem is that it's a half chapter. They do make up with it with some really cool little cameos, like, from a few certain characters, which I really liked. Like, I think that was the strongest part of the episode. But yeah, this episode is, ooh, it's a little rough, a little bit to hearing edges. So, everyone came back after the mission, and Yami's like, hey guys, good fucking job. I know you're all bummed about the old man dying, and, like, you couldn't do anything, and basically we had to leave everything else up to, like, the investigation team. So, hey, here you go, drop a bunch of money, here you go, day off, don't worry about it, fuck it. And you get to see a little bit about Yami, that he gives a shit about his people. Like, he's like, you can clearly see that he's like not just giving us arrow, he's like actually giving a shit about it and saying, look, you did some good effort, you put some care, we may be a bunch of shitheads, like, as he points to our board, yeah, we're at -30 right now because of all the dumb shit that we've done, but even still, like, you're doing good. At this point, they explain the star system as well. Basically, you become a better, like, you're a lot more higher on the list, and you're a lot more praised the better stars that you do. Kind of like just ended like a grading system, and they're at -30 right now because they're fucking horrible at what they do. But so yeah, and like I think Golden Dawn is like at like 102 or something like that, or like they're at like over 100 stuff, and it's like, yeah, good luck catching up to them very soon. Yeah. But everyone goes out to town. They have their little goofy stuff. It was mainly Astus, like Noelle and Vanessa, which I gotta say, that outfit, looking fly, just saying that. But not to mention as well, we had some kind of little cameos where, like, this wasn't in the manga, but they showed a lot of what other characters were up to. Like, you got to see, like, oh, what Charmy was up to, what Gauche was up to. That, like, I'm not gonna say who that person, that little girl was, like, on there, but that was a really cool little cameo. People who read the manga know who that is, but that was a really nice little thing there. It was like, oh, like, they're spending a little time with this person just going to the bathroom who looks like they're gonna be sick, and I was like, that's cool, that's awesome. I actually really like that. Like, see, sometimes the anime helps by giving us a little bonus thing. Same thing, we met that girl again, from, like, episode 2, like, with her, like, daughter, like, I believe there's like all her little brothers and sisters. I always forget her name, but like, she's a very like not that very important character, but it's like, hey, you're showing her again, and it's like, fuck it, if you got used to these characters and you know that you're going to cover some of this material, then fuck it, you might as well. So it's kind of nice stuff, and it's like, but then some of it did drag on. I mean, considering that this was half the chapter of a chapter that was air, it really fucking drags through a lot of the part. Like, it really does go on a little bit where you're like, oh, can we, you know, get on with a little bit? Like, especially, like, I feel like it really stops around about the halfway point where it's just like, we're going to have a lot of these cameos and, like, a lot of this kind of humor, and a lot of it is hit and miss for the most part. Like, some of it's funny, like Charmy, like, yo, give me all the food you've got. But the stuff with, like, Fenrir, it's just like, he's hitting up everyone. It's like, yeah, alright. Apart from, like, the little noses. There was a nice moment where, like, Vanessa was actually like, hey, like, she gives a shit about Noelle, where she's like, try some of these magical items. These actually might help you control your powers. But at the end of that episode, we get to see Sek, which, I mean, it's him, and then it was overall, like, you see a robbery happen, so it's not really a climactic end to what we've had. So overall, it's a middling episode, but I still think it needs some work, and I dread to think that this is going to be episode 12, like, when we get to, like, 13 and onward, that maybe they fixed it, but this is going to be half an episode again, I feel, so I'm not looking very much forward to it. Overall, let me know what you guys think about this down below, but that's all from me. Thanks always for watching. I'll see you guys, though, next time.